WNBA officiating is no longer an annoyance. It's a threat to the game, bro.
WNBA's officially got a real problem.
Cathy's going to be the commissioner that much longer, bro.
This momentum that Cathy Engelbert has had going in this league came to a crashing and sudden stop.
Less than 24 hours after the Washington Post revealed the WNBA's officiating incident involving Caitlin Clark, Cathy Engelbert was fired. Every duplicitous action and every effort to protect inept referees are made public. The so-called leader of the league is currently having a complete breakdown while she watches the empire fall apart beneath her.
Look like Cathy Engelbert is in some serious trouble.
She fell once more. Just 1 minute into the game, she had a groin injury and a cloth over her face. It was anticipated that Caitlin Clark would be the star of the WNBA All-Star Weekend. She's back on the bench instead, and this time, the supporters are done, not just angry, because bad luck is no longer the only explanation for this. It is slow-motion sabotage, a painful pattern. And Cathy Engelbert is the name at the heart of that pattern.
It's not looking good for WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert.
And that could be the decade's understatement. Players are limping, fans are yelling, and ESPN is replaying bruises as if they were a UFC highlight reel. The commissioner of the WNBA is behaving as though nothing is wrong. Just silence, no words, no regrets, no responsibility, the sort of stillness that begs for cooperation.
This is a sports media outlet that is certainly going to be more in line with the old WNBA fandom. They're calling out the WNBA and Cathy Engelbert. Why? Because of the officiating.
The worst part is still to come. Cathy has been betrayed even by the mainstream media, the same group that typically gush about the league as though it were a feminist paradise. Indeed, a nuclear truth bomb was just exploded by the Washington Post in the first phrase, the WNBA ought to use a bruise as their logo.
Which, when this kind of article drops, should worry Cathy Engelbert a great deal.
Fan sarcasm is not what that is. For the first time, the traditional media is acknowledging what everyone else has been saying for months. This league's officiating is appalling, the league's leadership is missing, and the players are being singled out.
I mean, she's been completely silent on the matter. You done had head coaches, you done had players.
The piece didn't mince words. The referees were referred to be second-rate. It called the style of the game uglification. It essentially pleaded with the NBA to intervene and clean up the mess. The league has progressed from growing pains to full-on dumpster fire when organizations like the Washington Post begin to sound like irate YouTubers.
Clark is out again because of another groin injury, possibly aggravated after she took a knee in the abdomen from J.C. Shelton of the Connecticut Sun on Tuesday night.
Let's go back to the most recent game that started this controversy, Sun vs. Fever. The duration of Caitlin Clark was 38 seconds. The time required to pour a cup of coffee is less than that. Additionally, J.C. Sheldon struck her abdomen with a knee during that period. No signal, not even a sidelong glance from the referees. Clark crumpled in agony. Nothing, whistle swallowed. This is also nothing new. All season long, this has been taking place. Rebecca Lobo too. Indeed, Rebecca Lobo, who has shown greater devotion to the WNBA than Gatorade to sports bottles, was unable to remain silent. She repeated it 3 times on national television as if to break a spell. It's a bird, it's a foul, and the reference is nothing. I just saw Clark being treated like she owed someone money.
The chronically lousy second-rate officiating has led to such a hard play uglification. That's a good word. That's a good word.
Fans have now begun referring to the WNBA as the kickboxing league. To be honest, they're not incorrect. What was once fierce defense has become outright attack. Headshots, elbows, and body checks while the referees are ostensibly tweeting from the sidelines. And you know who's footing the bill? The stars. Nafisa Collier, Caitlin Clark, and Kelsey Plum are pummeled, bruised, and benched.
Now you have had the biggest star in the league, brother, go on live and call out these damn referees.
As if things couldn't get much worse, Clark's own brother finally said what had been shouted by fans for weeks. Still, he looked directly into the camera while live streaming on Instagram from a rooftop event and shared the summertime quip. "Make your reffing better, it's horrible, WNBA, that was it." The powder keg was struck by the match, Twitter took off. TikTok was overrun, Reddit is on fire in every language that Google Translate can understand. Fans are tagging Cathy Engelbert, trending before breakfast is fire Cathy.
You need to come up with a systematic plan to fix this damn refereeing. I mean, it is getting so bad.
And on Tuesday night, no call. Shouldn't surprise anybody at this point.
For this is what many are beginning to think, and with good reason too. This goes beyond poor officiating, it's deliberate. A concerted effort to devalue Clark in order to prevent her from becoming overly dominant as the league's new spokesperson. And immediately before to the subsequent CBA, what about convenient timing?
Somebody said I called Cathy Engelbert to have referees games fairly, but no, she said she would rather have catered to jealous women that abuse Caitlin.
No league's ever about one player. That player could get hurt or whatever. So I think it's just to give recognition that in sports.
Oh, and keep in mind Cathy Engelbert's statement from a year ago that no league is about one player, that athlete might sustain injuries that did indeed age like milk. The league is ignoring the players' persistent injuries. Keep the referees safe. Disregard the supporters. Take advantage of the players. Rinse. Do it again.
Cathy, this is another situation where we need our voices heard.
Here's the twist though. The fans are no longer alone themselves. The real media is currently in a state of open revolt. YouTubers, podcasts, and even former ESPN insiders, experts went off, and everyone was singing the same chorus: fire Cathy, save Caitlin. If I were Adam Silver, I would summon Cathy, the general manager, and every coach into a room right now. The NBA is anxiously observing. The All-Star Game was just missed by their most popular marketing tool. The impetus is gone, and the ratings are declining, like Tom Cruise abruptly withdrawing from Top Gun 2. It's that awful.
Looking real spooky for Cathy, bruh.
Officially, Cathy Engelbert is no longer employed. To be honest, did anyone find this surprising? Not all of the writing was on the wall. Every sports fan with a Wi-Fi signal shouted it, put it on t-shirts, trended it, and skywritten it. This goes beyond a simple dismissal. When you convert the court into a glorified WWE ring, when your duty is to safeguard the league, elevate it, and keep the faces of your club safe, it's a full-on reckoning. Indeed, the repercussions were never merely unavoidable. They were past due.
I don't think Cathy's going to be the commissioner that much longer, bro. I mean, we got to remember they got this media rights deal they just did. They got a whole lot of stuff in the works, but there's nothing getting fixed to contribute to the person that actually got y'all all the stuff.
This is the harsh reality. Cathy Engelbert's decline has formally started. She disregarded the referees. She disregarded the supporters. She is currently dealing with criticism, unavoidable, loud, and unrelenting. There is more than one player involved here. Every rookie, every superstar, and every young girl who aspires to play this game without a helmet is the focus.
And they're calling out the officiating and how bad it is in this league.
Experts also didn't hold back when they learned about that story. The moment they stated, "You've lost them," you could almost hear the microphone fall. You no longer have that support. Here's the problem, though. It goes beyond irate tweets and inflammatory headlines. This irritation is supported by actual statistics. It's also awful, such as ought to have been resolved months ago. Not good. Let's discuss numbers.
What a failure. What a failing manager. So many players injured on her failures. Yes, that is the truth.
In a league with just 44 games played, 141 injuries have been documented since the first day of play. Furthermore, the WNBA currently has just 179 active players. It's obvious to everyone who isn't a mathematician that the injury-to-player ratio is horrifying. Every other player seems to be hobbling around with an ice pack.
It was brutally embarrassing for the league.
Try this one as well if that doesn't make you shudder. There have been 57 head and neck injuries in the last 2.5 seasons alone. That is not merely rough play. It is risky. It might endanger one's career. It is a lawsuit waiting to happen, and it is a degree of negligence. Let's now contrast that with other leagues. Although there is some physicality in the NBA, it is balanced. It seems like every other game in the WNBA, particularly this season, is an MMA undercard.
There's a grab, there's a hold, there's a grab. I mean, all of those are fouls, and Aggravated Lobo said, as Clark simply tried to dribble on the perimeter, every single one of them. That's a foul. That's a foul.
Furthermore, who is bearing the brunt of it? The diminutive forwards and guards. They are the ones that sell the shirts, post the highlights, and promote ticket sales, you know? Kelsey Plum, Sabrina Ionescu, and Caitlin Clark, they are being treated like crash test dummies despite being the league's public face. Furthermore, the video is truthful. Simply play the Caitlin Clark versus JJ Quinterly tape. Not a single whistle, body checks, jersey grabs, or wrapped arms. Not one given. How vigorously Clark is being checked. You would think she was rushing through airport security. No foul call has been made yet.
Just use Caitlin Clark's arm or leg with the purple discoloration. It's more fitting, or Kelsey Plum, or Nafisa Collier.
One of the most well-liked players in the game, Kelsey Plum, was unable to contain herself. She launched into a full-fledged tirade regarding the referees. She had bruises on her arms, scratches on her face, and a microphone that recorded everything. She said, including the players' thoughts, "I'm done with it." What is Cathy Engelbert doing in the interim?
Cathy, what you got on? I got on Cinco steps. Okay. And these are the shoes I wear at the WNBA draft this year. They're Valentino.
Ooh. She's out there boasting about her shoes, though. While her players are being thrashed like they're in a street fight, Valentino heels at a league tournament. This league is being destroyed by the referees, and Cathy is simply grinning like, Valentino, it's like to seeing someone replace the Titanic's furnishings.
Bro, it's not happy. It's not happy. Just not happy. Somebody said this is not a good start, Cat.
But this is the point at which the situation turns from sorrowful to outright dubious. Some admirers think that Engelbert anticipated this mess. It sounded like standard commissioner speak at the time, but now it seems chilly and even premeditated. What has the league done to protect the top rookie since she was injured? Natada Zilch, the dots are being connected by critics. They want to know if this was a component of a larger plan to ensure that no one player gains too much authority. Is there a method to minimize Clark's influence prior to the next collective bargaining agreement? And if so, are they purposefully fostering a hazardous atmosphere?
Also, the league's motto, out to be no call. Damn, they said the league motto should be no call.
Because it is visible if you examine the pattern. Harsher officiating and more injuries, no accountability, no action. And all the while, Engelbert remains silent or worse, pretends everything is all right in public appearances. Fans aren't. Stupid though, they are witnessing it. It's being tweeted by them. They are shouting it from above. Bad management is no longer the only issue here. It's carelessness. Additionally, some are beginning to think it might be deliberate.
WNBA should change its logo to a bruise. Forget that little silhouette of a woman rising for a shot.
Since the commissioner is preoccupied with flaunting her Valentino shoes, the whistles disappear as the bruises mount. Well, you can tell something is broken without a headline. Who will ultimately fix it is the true question.
If I'm the NBA and Adam Silver, I've got I'm getting a Zoom call or in person. Every member of leadership, coaches, and general manager.
Officially, the WNBA is in freaklabs.yes. The NBA is keeping a careful eye on things. Without holding back, Black and White Sports declared, "If I'm Adam Silver, I'm calling every general manager, coach, and Cathy into a damn room."
That Caitlin Clark has missed an appearance for the damn All-Star game.
Since Caitlin Clark, the one person who was responsible for keeping this league running, is no longer participating in the All-Star game, it's really about time. Her body could no longer withstand the abuse, not because she wanted to or wanted to rest. This cannot be made up. The most lucrative star in the WNBA is absent on their greatest weekend. What is the role of the league? Look the other way and shrug. They just mishandled their golden goose, and I hope no one sees.